Okay. Hello everyone. I am Aparna from Aarohi So I'm 14 years old. So yeah. So today we have yeah. So she is there. So hi Asawari. Are you there? Yeah. So uh,
Hi, Aparna.
yeah. So can you tell first about yourself and your interests?
So, hi everyone. My name is Asawari, and I am an open learner. I'm 24 years, and I've been doing open learning since the age of 10 years. My interests are environmental sustainability. I'm passionate about how we can live a life that is safe for the planet and for ourselves. Like we're living in harmony with the planet. So that's what I'm passionate about. But I also like um, I'm also interested in spirituality and yoga and working on myself. And apart from that, I like to do some art and I enjoy dancing. And I love to take care of animals and be be in nature overall. So, Aparna, you're not able to hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. So you told you have explored lot of interests. So which is your favorite? Like what are you doing currently?
So right now, so basically, when I understood that I'm passionate about environmental sustainability and I want to do some work that is working on creating a life that is more in harmony with nature, I kind of started with working in facilitation. I thought I will take workshops because before I was also interested in facilitation and working with children and working with youth. So when I so I started off exploring that interest by taking workshops for children and youth around how we can live more in harmony with nature. But then that somehow it did not connect with me so much. So I moved on, and now I have a business called Dhanak Naturals, where I make my own. I have my own business where I make products and I sell them. And through this process of making products and selling them, I talk to the world about how we can live a more natural and more eco-conscious life. So that is what I do currently. And the interests that I've explored before have been facilitation, like working with children and working with youth. So facilitation, and there was also a brief time where I thought I want to go deep into art and I want to go deep into dance. But that did not really shape out because I realized that that's not, I love art and dance as a hobby, but that's not something that I want to do professionally. So yeah, that's.
Yeah. So you told you have explored a lot of other interests and you have gone for workshops and all, right? So how did you find mentors? Where are your mentors? What kind of
How did I
mentors you
find?
wanted? Yeah.
So for me, like one im- one important or rather constant mentor in my life has been my parents. Like both my parents have been a constant mentor in my life, because and then at different phases depending on where I was living and what interest I was exploring, I had different mentors. So like right now, for example, I'm running the business Dhanak, where I make natural body care products. So in that I have one or two people who are like who know about business, and so I connect with them if I have questions about business. And many times they do discussions with me, give me advice about how I can so do business. And then I have a mentor who who has taught me how to make products. So few of the products that I make and sell, like soaps and body butters, I have learned from her, and she continues to guide me like when I have questions. So one has been like I find domain specific. Like if I want to learn soap making, I find a mentor who knows how to make soap. If I want to understand about business, I find a mentor like that. And what I've seen is like there's so many people, like when you start searching for mentors, you get a lot of people actually who give, and like just suddenly you'll meet someone who'll have a skill that will be very helpful for you. And they'll give you, if they may not be a constant mentor, just for 1 hour you'll have a discussion, and after that maybe you'll never speak to them. But that 1 hour discussion also is very helpful. So I think that's how I connect with my mentors. And I also self-research. I think I don't only rely on people for getting my source of learning or getting source of my advice. I also use a lot of internet and research and understanding of different things, like and taking online courses about stuff to learn about what I want to learn.
Okay, so how you have been doing all these stuff. So how has it helped you to develop yourself?
So I think for me, like when I decided that I do not want to, so I decided that I do not want to take 10th, or I do not want to take my degree. I do not want to take that path. I want to live my life by the way I want. I want to live my way. So when I decided that, even though it was a decision, I did not have enough confidence in myself. Like, will I be able to earn money? Am I good enough? Do I have enough skills? Like when I thought, okay, let's start a business, I have no background about business. I haven't even studied MBA or done anything. So when I have no skills, when I have no knowledge, when I haven't studied in a college, I don't have a degree. Without all of this, how do I get the confidence? So I think in my journey of continuously trying, even after failing, even after having a lot of challenges, continuously trying, I've become very confident in myself that who I am, I can I can do whatever I want. I can earn money. I can live a life that I want, and I live how I want, and I don't have to worry about what other people will think, what society will think. That problem has gone away. I can live life the way I want. I can live differently. Like I can live without a degree, without worrying that people will say, oh, she does not have a degree or things like that.
Okay, so in this whole process, did you have some friend or some buddies who were just pushing you and help you find your path, who are being with you for when you need them?
Yeah, I have had some friends, like not constantly, like all, like, but for some years I had friends who would push me, who would like it, who even they were not interested in the same things. Like I've never really had a friend who's interested in the same interest as me, but they, or rather, like they're not doing the same thing, that they're not running a business of natural products, but interest match. Like I have a friend who is also interested in environmental sustainability, so but she does it in a different way, I do it in a different way, but that is very good because we are able to have a lot of conversations, and we are also able to do collaborations. Like for a long time we did like different social media campaigns together, so that I felt was very fun, like with my friends who are having similar interests. When I do collaborations, when I have conversations, that is very fun. And also to have friends who have the opposite view. Like suppose, sometimes when I talk about environmental sustainability, I have some friends who feel that all this is bullshit. Like not bullshit, like all of this is not, like we are too overthinking about the planet and all. So when I have friends who have opposite views, then it is challenging me to think, to understand what is my view and all of that. So that is very helpful.
Yeah. So like you have done a lot of other interests. You said no, you had a lot of other interests. So have you ever deep dived in anything else other than your sustainability passion? Like any other interest which you have worked for some long duration, which you have?
So, what I have done is, like before I decided to start my business, taken up either projects or internships to explore my interest. So, for example, there was one point of time where I felt like I wanted to run a cafe. Like I had this kind of a dream that I want to run a cafe. I want to because I like baking. That is one of my hobbies or interests, you can say. So then I went to a cafe in Pune and I stayed there for 2 weeks and I worked in the cafe. And I understood the different aspects of what it is to run a cafe. So that was an interesting experience because when I experienced that interest, I realized whether really I want to do it or not. Or I was also interested in working with children. I still like it. It's not like I don't like it, but there was an interest. So I took up projects. So I took up projects where I did workshops, I did sessions with children, with youth, to explore my interest further. So I think I have deep dived through just taking up an interest and trying out projects, going for internships with that interest to understand whether it's something that I want to do deeply or not. Or I was interested in art and jewelry making. So there was I went and learned from a mentor. I learned all of those skills, and then I started started like trying to sell them by setting up stalls and like in like these exhibitions or fairs and trying to sell them. So all of that really helped me to understand what I'm doing, and like gradually I understood, okay, this is just an interest, not something that I want to do deeply.
Yeah. So in these processes, did you face any failures? Like what and all kinds of failures did you have, and what and all did you do to overcome it?
Like when exploring my interests, you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
I think for me, the most like for me, what I would not, I don't know, failure, like challenge is, I would say, is that for me, whenever I feel I am a very big challenge for myself sometimes. Like initially, I was a little scared or hesitant to travel alone, to live like be by myself and without my parents or without company, to travel alone. So those kind of challenges I had to overcome. Have to overcome the challenge of feeling shy to talk to people, to find mentors, to ask for internships. All of those initially I had to work on my social skills a lot to be able to get what I want. So I think that was initially a lot of the challenges. And now in the business, I would say every day is like challenge, and there's so many failures, and I have had so many ups and downs. It's a very difficult thing to do. Not that I'm saying any other profession or any other thing is not difficult, but running a business by myself and learning everything about business is challenging. But I would not say any failure as such, because every challenge you have to learn something and move ahead and make a lot of mistakes. But mm I feel biggest challenge for me has always been myself. Like I start worrying that I'm not good enough, or I'm not capable, or I feel low about myself, and then because of that the work becomes difficult.
Okay. So, like you said, you have gone for workshops and internships, right?
Yeah.
So, where do you find all these internships? Like, how do you find these internships?
So one thing that I did was like I traveled a lot, like with friends and by myself also. And so when I traveled, like once I went to Pune and I had visited this cafe. And when I traveled, like for 2 years, 3 years, I travel, like not full year I'm traveling, but I went for a couple of trips, I would say, like multiple trips. So when I went to Pune, I didn't go as a tourist, but as a focus to learn what are the different opportunities in Pune, what can I explore, like that. So I had identified this cafe that time in Pune where I went and saw, and so then I had requested for internship. So that's how I found, and also I did lot of networking, like there are in the alternative education community, there are many events, many people who we can connect with, and that helps us to get opportunities for, that helped me rather to get opportunities for internships. Like I have done an internship in a farm in Dharwad, like because I knew that that uncle has a farm in Dharwad. So just to travel and get social networking helps to find internships or help me.
Okay. So, how did you find this path? Like you told you are interested in sustainable passion, and you are in that. Like that's your passion right now. Sustainability is your passion.
Yeah.
So, how did you choose this path of business? Like you have a lot of other options also, but how did you choose this business as your option to do that?
So I would say it happened very organically. Like first I understood that okay, this is something I feel very passionate about. I feel like I want to put a lot of my energy in doing this. So when I understood that yes, I want to do something for sustainability, environmental sustainability, I was initially very confused. Like, okay, I want to do, but what to do about it, right? So that is like environmental sustainability is a very broad topic, and it's also a very personal thing, like how individually we want to live a life. So initially, actually, in a way, you can say it's a failure because initially, what I thought is okay, I should take workshops with people and explain to them that see how our current lifestyle is destroying the planet, how we should change. And it, but so almost for a year I did that. Me and a friend, we together did it. So it was good that we were doing it together because there was a lot of collaboration. And what happened was it was not, even though I was enjoying the work, I felt like it was not giving me the results I want. In the sense, I wanted to make people get comfortable with the idea that we can live more naturally. But I felt like by taking the workshop, it is not helping. They'll come, they'll attend the workshop, they'll say yes, yes, but later on, no real change is happening. So again, I got confused. Okay, what to do, and how to earn money out of it because these kind of workshops, people are not wanting to pay. Or rather, there's not like it was not very clear how I can make a proper living out of my interest. And then one day it just happened that I used to make these products for myself, these natural body care products, and simultaneously I was also exploring, as I said, I was exploring art and jewelry making. So I used to go to sell my art and my jewelry and all with my mentor to some stalls. So when I used to go, I started also taking some of these products and started selling. Like I went for 2 or 3 stalls like that. And when I started selling the stalls and people started buying, I realized this is a good thing because when I'm selling a product, I'm able to have a conversation with the customer about how we can live naturally, and along with being able to have a conversation with my customer, I'm able to give them something which they can tangibly change in their life. Like actually go home and do something that will be a change. So that helped me to slowly start this business, and now I feel like through this business I'm really, obviously, a lot of my time also goes into the business part of it, like learning about business and understanding business and money and sales and all of that, but I'm also able to give a lot of time and about natural living and talk, like I'm using social media to talk about natural living and connecting with my customers about natural living. So that becomes a good way for me to be able to connect to my passion. And then as I'm making products, I realize I love to make products, and I don't like the marketing and the sales part that much. That is like I have to do it, so I do it. What I really like is making the products, doing a lot of experiments with new ingredients. And so I think it's like passion to profession, but even though I'm doing what I love, there is a lot of part of the work which I don't love, but I have to do like accounts and sales and marketing and customer relationships, and all of that is not so fun for me. But making like reels about natural living and making new products and experimenting, that is really fun. So it's like, okay, we have to do both. So I'm doing both.
Okay. So you have told your process, what and all you have done. So is there anything else which you are doing now other than this business? Is there anything else which you are doing?
Like for myself, what I do is I me, it's also important that I continuously keep growing as a person. So I have been doing a lot of yoga and exploring spirituality and connecting with like doing meditation and all. So I also like keep taking out of a year some time. Like I don't like to do all the time business that feels little like pressure, like, oh, every day I have to do this just because I know I love it, I enjoy it, but every day I don't want to do it. I also like to take some time out of the year to do other things, which is spend time in explore. Right now, for the last 2 3 years, it has been spending exploring spirituality and connecting with yoga and all of that. So I think that is one, but it's just an interest for myself. I don't see it as a anything else.
Okay, so it was actually nice to hear all these stories. So, do you think in anywhere that deep diving in one thing helped you?
Uh, like I think I deep dived in many things, but um, yeah, it definitely like whatever interest I have, going deep into it and actually doing some projects, doing some internships, doing real life work has really helped me because even though maybe I don't continue those interests, that experience, I carry a lot of learnings from it. So I think that is an important aspect of deep dive, that when we are deep diving, it's not like, okay, I like art, so I will do art every day or I'll go to art class, but actually trying to take that art into the real world by maybe selling it or taking art classes. Like I tried selling my art and my jewelry. So I think that what I feel is important about deep diving.
Okay, it was nice to hear all your experiences, Avri. So, can you just share some message that you want to share to the youth like me?
Uh, I think like I would say to everyone that it takes a little bit courage, but it's worth living the life that you want and not the what our society or parents or conventional system wants. Like it's worth trying to live a life where we are happy and we are doing what we love and enjoying life, because I think that is more important than making lots of money or being successful or being a good person in the eyes of the society.
Thank you, Asawari. Yeah.
Okay. Bye, Aparna.
Bye. Bye, Asawari. Bye.